there are different couples where you just think of them as one.
To have two people of like minds, they've been together over 40 years.
I find Dorothy's a good partner for John. She's supportive and cheerful, and consistently, when you need some help, she's there too. And
I find that really touching when couples are couples.
They're simpatico.
I mean, you want to try and live with us.
They're just, I think they love their city, and except for their little jaunts and their little traveling expeditions, they're here in the city, and they're involved in the city, and they encourage young people, old people, and I just think they're so deserving of this award.
We feel very fortunate to live in such a beautiful place. Every time we come home, we'll say, that's it, we don't want to go away again. But you do want to see how other people live, but it's always really nice to get home.
You know, I haven't lived here a long time, don't know a lot of people, but I do know a friend who has a friend's cousin from Oromocto, New Brunswick, that happens to know something of these people. Apparently they're quiet, shy, some might say introverted. I believe that she is a professional dancer of sorts, or at least was at one time, and does a skit for charity at the Playhouse, something to do with doctors.
For Cronulla, I think it's fair to say that Dorothy got into community work because I browbeat her.
Because of John, you know, really.
But my first meaningful involvement with community work in Fredericton was when Ken Bartlett persuaded me to take the role as chairman of the United Way annual campaign in the fall of 1977.
he was a local star. He was the United Way chairman, the campaign chair that year.
We really went from almost zero to effectively almost $2 million at this moment.
We set up the Forever Fund, the United Way's endowment fund, which he served as president on for 6 years or so, and he's still an active member to this day.
I persuaded Dorothy to take a role with the medical profession and got her involved in some of those things.
I wasn't nearly as good at getting money out of the doctors as John was out of other people. But tried.
Well, my job situation in Stratford, where I was in the middle 60s, was not working out. I returned to Fredericton to take a job with ADI, and after 14 years there, I changed and went with the city of Fredericton and finished my career there.
I lived in Fredericton most of my early days, and then I went off to university in London at Western, and then did my internship and residency in Montreal. And I promised my dear mother that I would come back to Fredericton and practice for 1 year. And the rest is history, 40 and almost 41 years later.
As you know, Dorothy received a doctorate of science from the University of New Brunswick in 2010. And in many ways, Dorothy was a trailblazer in her field.
When I was with the Provincial College of Physicians and Surgeons, was on the sexual exploitation of patients by physicians, and it was called First Do No Harm. And I think that was perhaps the most exciting thing I did.
In 2008, the Associated Alumni awarded Dorothy and John with the Alumni Award of Honor, which represents the highest award given by the Alumni Association to graduates who have given service to the university and to the Alumni Association.
We initiated the Beaverbrook Scholars Award, which is an award from former Beaverbrook scholars, and we now give 3 scholarships a year, and that's something that I feel very proud of, that I was a participant in getting that organized.
And in 2010, UNB conferred an honorary doctorate of science degree on Dorothy.
through our affiliation and whatnot, I was quite overwhelmed when Dr. Campbell asked me if I would receive it, and I said, I think I'll have to go home and ask my husband.
John didn't get an honorary degree at UNB, but there's a building just down the hill that bears his name. I think it's a water sewage treatment, no.
And John, they tell me, had something named after him. I don't know, a landfill site, a sewage lagoon or something. Oh, no. It was a water treatment plant. Yeah, that's it, a water treatment plant.
I think the most outstanding contribution that John has made in the development of Fredericton's water supply system, ensuring we had safe, good water, and the E. John Bliss treatment center downtown is a monument that identifies with John and the effort that he put into that.
John and Dorothy provide some of the most impressive community involvement and community support of anybody I've ever met.
There's probably not one aspect of the social network in Fredericton that they haven't been supportive of. The arts community, the Playhouse, the YMCA, the Forever Fund.
We were both brought up here. We were not wealthy. When we came to the point in our lives where we could afford both the time and the money to do some things for the community, we chose to do so.
They not only give a lot of their time and energy, but they always step up to the plate on the financial side as well, in a very serious way. And I think that qualifies them as being Philanthropists of the Year, more than anyone I can think of right now.
I think we both enjoyed our work here in the city so much. We enjoyed our professions, we enjoyed working here, and it was so easy to try and give back because it's a fabulous place to live and work.
They have done extremely well in Fredericton, but you know what's important? They've given back. They've given back to so many communities.
We recognize that no matter how fortunate the community is, there are always needs and some people who are not as well off as others, and we're glad to do our bit to make their lives a little better.
They're kind-hearted. They don't nickel and dime. That is not their style. I think this award is so appropriate for them.
Thank you very much for being you, for being so generous and caring about the people around you, the organizations you're associated with, and for the people who are going to follow you, because many of your gifts to the University of New Brunswick will live on forever and be felt by generations to come.
Fredericton is very blessed for having people like John and Dorothy in the community and being as active as they are and being as supportive as they are. So congratulations to both of them on this wonderful award.
I'm sure there are many others more deserving, but we're very happy that we were chosen to be recognized for this award.
John and Dorothy Bliss have made this community the great community that it is to live in. To both of you, I extend to you on behalf of all the people of Fredericton a sincere congratulations.
And we're very honored for this award. We still are a little bit awestruck as to why us, but